Hey everybody, Shibby here. I'm an esports color caster and celestial ranked player in Marvel Rivals. And just this past weekend, we had week 1 of the EMEA Marvel Rivals Invitational, where massive esports orgs like Fnatic, Luminosity Gaming, Virtus Pro, amongst others, compete for a $100,000 prize pool. Now, these games showcase some of the highest level of pro play, and I wanted to analyze one of their games so that you guys can take what they're doing and apply them to your own ranked climb. I'm not gonna keep you waiting any longer, so let's just get into it. Hello, everybody. We're gonna be looking at Fnatic versus LG, two of the biggest orgs within the Marvel Rivals EMEA scene right now, and we're gonna be looking at map 1 between them. So this is going to be Royal Palace domination. So I'm hoping we get 3 rounds here. So obviously, if you're familiar with esports, if you're familiar with the EMEA esports or just in the esports world in general, Fnatic is one of the biggest orgs along with LG or Luminosity Gaming. And they have picked up some teams here prior to this Marvel Rivals EMEA Championship Tournament. Now, Fnatic did win the last invitational or tournament that we saw, but teams like LG, Virtus Pro were not present here. And we are just blitzing through the bans now. So it's really interesting to see kind of where the priority is. Obviously, we're in the new season, the mid-season patch 1.5. Maybe we'll see something here as we do see, Ol Gator is hovering it. But once we get through these bans, I kind of want to just like pause it and then we'll kind of analyze where everyone's headspace is at right now. So interestingly enough, on LG side, they end up banning out the Loki, while on Fnatic side, they take Namor away. So maybe Fnatic wants to trend towards maybe some more dive characters. Interestingly, they don't take the Luna Snow away, which I think is the better takeaway. But at this level, even if you don't have the Luna Snow team up, Namor is still relatively good at shutting out divers here. Venom is really interesting. I actually don't feel he's that good within like solo queue, but when I've seen him in the competitive side of this, where it's more coordinated play, Venom, Spider-Man, or Venom, Black Panther, Venom Magic, Venom Psylocke, any of these kind of dive heroes paired up with Venom, they just, for whatever reason, I mean, I know the reason, they do more damage because they're more coordinated, right? If you look on the competitive side, if you look at 6-man teams that have these comms going, they will coordinate their dives onto the exact same target, onto the exact same support, and it can be very rough to deal with. So really interesting from Fnatic side. While on LG side, they ban out both of the Asgardians. They ban out Loki, and then they take Hela away because they want to protect Storm, right? They protected Storm. So they want to be able to have a little bit more dominance in the sky, a little bit more superiority. Now, it will be interesting to see as we get through this game whether Fnatic end up opting for like Rocket Raccoon and Punisher team up to deal with the oncoming Storm that they're most likely going to pick here. Now, obviously, Human Torch is available if they want to pick that up. Let's see if they'll go for that team up. Wolverine is also available. Winter Soldier, right? Another character that I think is absurdly strong at the moment right now. I think he's insanely good. He's been good. Doesn't really receive a lot of nerfs. Can be played in not dive comps, can be played in like brawl comps, can be played for anti-dive. He is kind of, in my opinion, a jack of all trades, but he actually is a jack of all trades that's really good. He's an exceptional of all trades in my mind. He is, I would say, arguably hard to play in with dive comps, but he's not impossible, right? You can kind of play him a little bit more close together, and see what happens. But he really is just good at brawl, poke, anti-dive. He fits a lot of the different niches very, very well here. As we load in right now, as the timers go down, it's really interesting to note the compositions that both of these teams are coming out with right now. I'm going to pause it right now. So it looks like LG have gone for, and I'm surprised they haven't opted in for the Adam Warlock here, but usually what you'll see with these two characters is when you see Mantis and Star-Lord, usually you'll put the Adam Warlock in to give them both the res here. They've gone for the Gamma team up, interestingly enough. So Gamma team up technically got nerfed, but Iron Man got buffed. So he's actually just fine, right? And then Luna Snow, you can just slot in anywhere. I feel like she's kind of fits every single composition here. You look, and also on LG side, they're going for the teleport. Well, you look on Fnatic's, they have gone for something a little bit more different. I would argue a little bit more brawl focused. Really the big interaction here is when Melio kidnaps somebody, Groot has the ability to wall them off, right? Most likely he'll kidnap either the Doctor Strange or the Hulk here. Doctor Strange obviously has the ability to fly up out of the wall, but if they kidnap Hulk, it could be a little bit more difficult. And you've got a lot of, ability to charge your ultimate here. it'll be interesting to see how Iron Man ends up dealing with Storm here. That's going to be the marquee matchup in the sky. And you look at their support backline, their duo, it's going to be double defensive ults, Invisible Woman and Luna Snow, which is actually completely fine, right? Yeah, it's going to counter the Star-Lord, but Iron Man Ultimate's going to rip right through these. So I don't mind this. Let's see actually end up how this goes on this first map. I think this is a interesting map for Groot, a little bit hard and a little bit difficult to tackle here as Luminosity's tank actually ends up flying in there. Both teams end up TPing. Sylvie picks up that kill, which is nice. And already you see, I believe he did get kidnapped. Yeah, we go rewind a little bit. Yeah, Hulk immediately got kidnapped and immediately went down here. And that's just the power of Wolverine. That's why you see this character pretty much permanently banned all the time here. So with that kidnap, that kill onto the Hulk, it's going to allow Fnatic to just kind of walk in for free. You lose your tank, you lose your Hulk. That's a big thing, as well as Sylvie ended up picking up a kill on the back end. So they were already like 5v6. And now Fnatic is just cleaning up. And now they can take this really aggressive point. So the thing you can do with Groot, you already see him doing, is the fact that you can set up walls here, you can set up walls here, and if you're a little bit back here a little bit, you can set up walls there, right? So now I expect Fnatic to start taking a much more aggressive position. Good ultimate from Line Pro here, just establishes control, and you also have the Luna Snow ultimate coming in. So even if they do have a legendary or Star-Lord's ultimate, you already saw the wall, right? You saw the wall off. That's the best part. That is arguably the best part there. As you saw that wall come in from Black Cell, he's already setting up the wall, and you can see where does Traxme go, right? Where does he go? He is walled off completely, and now they're just gonna burn him down, and he's dead. This is the power of Groot. This is how you should be playing Groot in a controlled environment. That Iron Man ultimate actually ends up getting blocked as well. So that's tough here. So now legendary isn't going to be as meaningful, or it's not going to be doing anything at all, because Sylvie has the Luna Snow ultimate. And that early investment of that Invisible Woman ultimate just buys more time. It gets them more percentage, allows them to be more aggressive on this front. And in domination, the big thing here is that you are constricting the amount of space the enemy team has to work with. Once you take that point, that 50%, once you take that point, think of the domination map as split in half, and your job is to reduce the amount of area that they have to play with, right? Because if you give them all that space, they can like set up, retake point, all that stuff. But you see how Fnatic is like encroaching on their spawn area, right? Forcing cooldowns from here, getting picks here, walling stuff off. Like they're playing domination the way it's supposed to be, and the characters they picked up with Groot, with Wolverine, allows you to, like, if somebody steps in a little too far forward, they're going to go flying into your team. You're going to wall them off and they're dead. And now LG have to wait another 10, another 15 seconds before they can actually properly push. We've only, it's only been a minute, maybe a little bit more than that. And they're already at 65%. Really well played. And you see that Luminosity Gaming had to invest ultimates, right? They had to invest the Iron Man ultimate. Didn't surmount to much. They already invested the legendary. You see Luna Snow countering with the ult. So now, what does LG do here? They've got Eye of Agamotto built up, so maybe they can go here, as well as they have their own Luna Snow ultimate, which is exactly what they're popping here. They pop their own Luna Snow ultimate. The Gamma team up picks up a kill on Amelio. So this should be a fight win for Luminosity Gaming, but we'll see if Fnatic can actually turn this around, because the Storm has the ultimate available, and there's no defensive ultimates up. No Mantis ultimate, no Luna Snow ultimate. Oh, as I say that, Storm actually ended up falling off the map, I think.
Yeah, I mean, they're just trying right now, I think, to see if they can find any resources on Fnatic's side right now. They're trading back and forth. Eye of Agamotto still available.
Yeah, this is fine. 99% off of your first push. That's really, really good. This is like maybe 2-3 more fights potentially for Fnatic to retake this point here, while LG essentially have to play perfect from here on out. They simply cannot lose a fight, which is a very tough task to ask of any team at any level, to play perfectly 3 times in a row without as many resources. As you look at the ult economy, as this caster was talking about, you know, trying to get resources out of him, to kind of get resources out of Fnatic, they now have Invisible Woman ultimate to take point. They've got Wolverine ultimate. They've got Eye of Agamotto. only one of these ultimates can be matched or countered by the Mantis ultimate. Because LG had to invest the Luna Snow ultimate specifically, now Luminosity are playing kind of on the back foot. They have to look for some of these dry fights and win them.
Resurgence is going to be one of the key ultimates to look forward to in this next fight.
Yeah, and also you see Black's out 90% on Groot ultimate. Like, as long as Fnatic staggers their ultimates and baits out the Mantis ultimate with one of them, they should just win this next fight or the fight after pretty handedly. Let's see how they actually end up playing this, though. I have Agamotto comes in. I don't actually think it landed on anyone. Did it? Invisible ultimate to match. They trade 1-for-1, and then yeah, this is the ensuing fight. Even with Mantis ultimate being popped, there's just so much damage being put in, and you still have I have Agamotto, and you still have Wolverine ultimate as well. And Sylvie's already built up Luna Snow. Like this, see how impossible it was for Luminosity Gaming to like kind of win this fight, even though they finally got back onto point. They got 50%. I mean, there's nothing you can do. Yeah, I like this. I like from Luminosity not investing some of these ultimates that they've bunched up, because in this game, or in the domination game mode in Marvel Rivals, ultimates transfer over to the next round. So sometimes it's more important to carry those ultimates into the next round to potentially give yourself that first fight win. First fight win is very important in Marvel Rivals specifically, or first fight win for the point is very, very important. You saw what Fnatic were able to do with that. As we did see both teams as well. Just mind you, both teams starting off TP. They always TP on the first point because they understand how valuable it is to have like first move and obviously try to get that positioning for that first fight win. It's really interesting to see the approaches that both of these teams took, right? One of them TP'd behind the statue. As you see, Fnatic already breaking this high ground. That's so important that they're just breaking this high ground and not allowing LG to even play this top part. That's so dominant, right? If you have that high ground, they're just absolutely destroying it. That's beautiful. Good. I don't know if that's a heads up call from them, but I really like that. And then just break in and like, look at the space. Like, where are you going to back out to? You're exposed right now if you're LG. Oh, and the kidnap once again. This time it doesn't actually get anybody. And we see matching ultimates. So Munchkin or Monk actually ends up dying here in the Storm ultimate. As we see, you know, the change that LG made here, I don't know if you guys can spot it, is the fact that they swapped over to Rocket Raccoon. And they're using the team up with Winter Soldier, not with Punisher, surprisingly enough. But this team up still very, very good. They've obviously has their own Storm here. You remember he was on Star-Lord. So they swapped out the Star-Lord. They swapped out the Iron Man. They kept their tank duo the same. And they obviously kept their support the same. But they opted in for something a little bit more offensive-minded. They opted something to like deal with this, deal with the Storm, deal with the Wolverine, which is something that obviously Bucky can do, or Winter Soldier can do very, very well, as well as his ability to kind of pull people in and potentially get a pick, right? It's a little bit more dynamic gameplay, and you have the opportunity to kind of like be a little bit more of a carry in my mind. But that Wolverine ultimate, along with the Groot ultimate, actually just wrecks two people here. And all right, Fate actually picks up Wolverine here. But yeah, this point has gone over into the favor of Fnatic. And you see the immediate swap from Melio. That's really interesting, by the way. The fact that he swapped over immediately into the Psylocke, because there's a lack of two defensive ultimates. In my mind, that's why he swapped. Why play Wolverine? Why try to go for these kidnaps if you're just going to like get CC'd up by the Bucky? If this guy's impossible to kill. Instead, let's take advantage of the fact that they have one defensive ultimate, and now we have two big team wipe style DPS ultimates. Now LG have to make the decision. Do we burn it on Storm ultimate or do we burn it on Psylocke ultimate? As long as Melio is doing a good job picking his fights and picking his engagements, not ulting into 6 people because he's not going to get any kills. If he ults their backline, someone's guaranteed to die if there's no Luna Snow ultimate available. And on top of this, you also have the ability to combo with Groot plus Storm, or even Groot plus another hero. There's so much team wipe ultimates to deal with right now, as well as Lion Pro has the ability to completely deny the Doctor Strange here, LG Rajaro. If he decides to like fly up and ult in, you can deny him with that push. Surprised that we're still sticking with this gamma radiation team up here, and it's honestly losing. Agamotto comes in. Storm ultimate came in as well. They were able to combo resets as well. He's doing it again. This is also why this character is pretty damn good. But really good usage from Luminosity. Now, things to note here. Things to note as we come into this next fight. Obviously, he's ulting. Beautiful freeze frame. We don't have Rocker Raccoon ult, no Storm ult. I have Agamotto came in from Fnatic, and it didn't really actually surmount to a team kill. So now Rogero has to be the one to get this team fight win with his ultimate. If you look at the economy right now, Fate is close to his ultimate, 30%. Monk is going to be 8% from his ultimate. So if he gets his ultimate and lets it rip immediately onto Luminosity, there's not really much they can do here, right? We look at the tally of everything else. Nobody really has their ultimates. So what I'm looking at from LG side, Raharo needs to be really big. Either he lands a big ultimate or they almost lose. They might lose this next fight because Monk is going to have his Storm ultimate. And as long as they're timing it correctly, they should be able to just let it rip and kill a couple members here. Ooh, oh, but I did not expect that to happen. Because that kill comes in from a goal, that's going to allow Fate to buy a little bit more time. Now he's at 80%, and then Fnatic have to wait a little bit longer. That's really good. And there's that kidnap potential that we talked about with Winter Soldiers being able to kind of take somebody. Okay. Goddess comes in, so let's see if he can pick up some kills. No defensive ultimate available. Beautiful. And see, that's what we talked about. That one defensive ultimate being available. So, Raharo picks up, and I think it's a 4v5 right now. Or yeah. Melio picked up both supports, though. There's no supports available. Really good from this Psylocke to try to do what they can. But even despite all that, LG are able to stabilize on point. And now we see Monk swap over to the Winter Soldier to potentially counter this Hulk. Yeah, I mean, you got the kill off Storm. You did what you could, but it's not enough. The thing is, we have Psylocke and we have Groot Ultimate. Ideally, you don't want to combo those together because if they're grouped up, your Psylocke's not going to be able to get a lot of kills here. Maybe they could kill through the Lunasto Ultimate. If Groot gets his ultimate, sets up his walls, and Psylocke ults, there is a world where they kill through Lunasto Ultimate. I don't know if that's possible. Ooh, Amplifier comes in. Really good Amplifier from Crook, just to kind of give them that extra oomph on that fight win, right? Because they know it's relatively dry. And Naga should be able to, with this extra damage, because you have increased DPS, you build your ult charge faster as well. So now LG can take these next couple fights with ultimates in their bank, right? Look at this. Yeah. This is really good. Luminosity has taken these fights very well, simply because of their ult management, as well as understanding resources. And the fact that they're also able to get picks. Like this Winter Soldier pick was very, very good. Like he swapped over from Iron Man onto Winter Soldier in this round 2 and has had an immediate impact onto this team. He's one of the big reasons as to why Luminosity are winning these fights. His Fate does go down though in the back. That's not good. Because they TP'd behind. Yeah, Fnatic TP'd. Are they going to flip it? Okay, Invisible Woman ultimate gets thrown down. Naga goes down here, and that's unfortunate. Really good point flip, though, from Fnatic. A beautiful TP. How can they win this fight, you ask? It's going to take some skill. Ultimate economies are relatively the same, but look at what ultimates are available. So, again, Fnatic has Doctor Strange ultimate. They've got this Groot ultimate that they've been holding on to, and they've got again. So they can copy these two, copy. They can combo Groot ultimate and the Winter Soldier ultimate. And if that happens, if he gets a reset, he kills one person, it could turn the fight immediately. It's very disgusting. You also have the ability to combo with the Eye of Agamotto. It's a little bit harder. While you look on the other side, I'm looking for this Hulk to make a ton of space, right? Jump in, be aggressive, force this team to peel back for you, use your ultimate to get that extra life bar, essentially that extra life, and just keep being a menace. Separate these healers from their front line. And once that happens, you can then let your Eye of Agamotto rip, or you can let your Winter Soldier ultimate rip. That's, in my mind, that's how each of these teams are going to win these fights, if they plan on winning these fights. Let's actually see what ends up happening. Obviously, you can get Aaron picks. There's the ability to poke down people, right? All that stuff is happening in the meantime, in between these ultimates. Already see him going. Yeah, he's going to play super aggressive. Why not? Oh, he ult immediately. That's surprising. He's going to try to go for the one-shot combo. He's kind of separated his healers. Eye of Agamotto comes in as well from Network, as well as Raharo. They both trade Eye of Agamotto. I think Networks actually ended up hitting first. And Kraken impacts for both, but Monk actually goes down here. Does that mean the reset comes in? No. But Monk went down and Network went down. Really good from Raharo. Okay. So Fnatic's Doctor Strange ends up ulting, stuns only the Storm and the Rocket. And if you look at Raharo's, right, LG's, he actually only ends up stunning Monk, but it's enough to get the kill, right? They kill him, and they end up killing the Doctor Strange here. So that's, funnily enough, Raharo only gets a one-man stun, but it lands onto Winter Soldier. They're able to burst him down, and that gives them the man advantage to win this fight. We do have Psylocke ultimate available, and there's no defensive ultimate up. So I'm really looking for Melio to win this first fight. Remember we talked about how important winning that first fight is, how much percentage you can gain here. LG actually ended up flipping it, which is really smart from them. A really good play. Specifically, like I said, that Winter Soldier pick actually kind of turned that round around, in my opinion. But we see Track actually is going to swap over the Magneto, interestingly enough. The double shield tank into Psylocke and Winter Soldier is pretty interesting. I'm surprised he's not going for that Gamma team up. But LG have that TP advantage, because you remember Fnatic ended up burning their TP earlier on to try to flip the point. And that infinite ammo specifically, look how much space it's buying them. It's so hard to play into this. And on top of that, the Groot walls become a lot easier to deal with if you have infinite ammo. You can just fire through those Groot walls and take them down very, very quickly. Dance of the Butterfly. Yeah, Fnatic, Melio picks up gate, but it doesn't matter. Networks and Melio goes down here. Fnatic, oh my god! Blackcell and Monk, they just go crazy here. Can I see that? What happened? Oh, okay. Blackcell ended up ulting and just destroying all of them. Beautiful. Good ultimate. Good ultimate from Fnatic. So now where are they going to position? Right? Because on this map, there are essentially four, I would argue, four entrances onto the point, which is actually a lot, right? You have that bottom one down here. You've got this entrance here. And then you've got the one below this, right? There's one below. There's a door here. There's a bottom to the point. And then there's the one to the right. So it is actually very difficult to kind of cover everything. Most of the time, you don't need to cover everything, depending on where you want to play. Remember, this high ground is also destructible, so it can be a little bit difficult to hold this if you're the enemy team, if you're coming in, or even if you are the team that has point, to kind of block this off or take this high ground away from them. But it looks like Fnatic are going to try to hold this upper area and force them lower. And the good thing about Groot as well, he has one of the fastest building tank ultimates in the game. If you actually look at how long it takes, or his ultimate charge cost, I believe it's one of the lowest. I mean, I think Venom now is the lowest, but Groot is up there with having one of the lower ultimate charge costs. Now we just trade ultimates, right? Fnatic ends up burning the Invisible ultimate because Luminosity burned the Storm ultimate. Armed and Dangerous comes in as well from Goal, and Armed and Dangerous is a match from Monk, I believe. And their Armed and Dangerous is a little bit better because Line Pro ended up burning the Invisible Woman ultimate, and they're able to survive and sustain through there. So Fnatic win this subsequent fight, and unfortunately the dunk from Magneto is not successful. And now that's essentially, in my opinion, a fight win for Fnatic here. They are getting a little bit aggressive, but this next fight, as we take tally once again, I'm going to keep doing this just for you guys so you understand, like, ult economy. We have Invisible Woman ultimate. They swapped off the Rocket. No more team up, so those walls become a little bit harder to deal with. They've got the Eye of Agamotto, and that's it, right? Everyone else, no ultimate, like very rarely anything. Now, Blacks was able through that last fight. Remember, he used his Groot ultimate in the fight before, And within this next fight that they won, he's already built up another one. This is what we talked about, Groot having one of the highest, or sorry, the lowest ultimate charge costs in the game for a tank, as well as they've got Eye of Agamotto coming up. They've got their own Storm ultimate coming up. And all the meanwhile, they still have not burned that Luna's ultimate. So worst case scenario, if Raharo from LG side ends up hitting an Eye of Agamotto, Sylvie can just burn the Luna's ultimate and that's it, right? That's all they need to do. Now, the big thing is, how does Crook end up using this Invisible Woman ultimate? Because they can't really fight within it, they can use this ultimate a little bit more aggressively and try to take space with it, or they can wait because they probably know that Groot or Doctor Strange has their ultimates available, and Invisible Woman is just going to hold it for one of those and counter. But even then, the ult economy, once again, on the side of Fnatic. So it's their fight to win here, right? LG have to play above and beyond to try to win this fight because they have less ultimates and they've got to get more value out of the few they have.
With a lot of these big ultimates that LG being able to throw in, and they've tanked it, managed to survive and push them back.
Yeah.
And they've been so patient holding their own ultimates as well. As here comes the Eye of Agamotto, but it doesn't matter. Fnatic finds three
that's
off the back
disgusting. And then just what we talked about. Eye of Agamotto came in, and immediately Sylvie's like, you know what? I'm not going to take the risk. I'm going to burn my Luminosity ultimate. Why not? Gives them the fight win. I love that trade. And that's what we talked about, right? Understanding your ult economy and be like, well, I can burn this for this. We still have the move here. Blackstone ended up actually ended up using the Groot ultimate as well here, but they're still up 2-1. And either Melio now opts in to burn the Storm ultimate for the Invisible Woman, or Doctor Strange on Fnatic side ends up going for the Eye of Agamotto, and then Crook has to burn the Invisible Woman ultimate if she can't push him away. Oh, they're burning both, though. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see why. Okay. They did that. They burned both ultimate because they're at 90+%. So they're just looking for the team fight win. Because they're saying, hey, I'm ulting here. You can't stay in the Invisible Woman ultimate because we're at 96%. If you don't touch point, you're going to lose. And he stops half the team here. So now you're going to see, because they have to contest ultimate, this Storm ultimate moves out of the Invisible Woman ultimate and kills anyone who tries to contest point. Can Fnatic win this, though? Monk has ultimate available very soon. Yeah. And then Line Pro also has Invisible ultimate. Just beautiful play from Fnatic. And honestly, this map specifically was the epitome of good ultimate usage and understanding your ult economy. Each one of these maps, very well played from both of these teams, right? Very close game. Fnatic just happened to edge them out on some of these fights and was just much better at managing their ult economy. Very, very well played from Fnatic. That's a very good domination map. This is just the weekend one. There's 2 weekends of the EMEA championship. I'll probably review another game from this weekend, or the one that we just had here, and then I'll probably review some more games from the next coming weekend, March 7th and 8th here. But yeah. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, I'm going to tell you something you've heard a million times before. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications on my latest uploads. I try and respond to every single comment in my video because I genuinely do appreciate everyone that takes the time out of their busy schedules to leave one, and I love interacting with my community. If you want to catch more longer form content, I stream over on Twitch about 3 to 4 times a week, where you'll get unedited versions of these videos, as well as we talk about roster moves, patch changes, as well as gameplay over there. If you care about the short form side, I post pretty frequently on YouTube Shorts and TikTok, where you'll get more condensed version of this content, as well as highlights from my stream, amongst other things. I'm also on Twitter, and all of this will be in the description box below, as well as a pop-up that will form on the right side where you can catch me on all the different platforms. I genuinely appreciate everyone that stops by on this channel and watches all my videos, and I hope to see you in the next one.